All right, good morning. We're out here at a local HOA in town, and we're going to be installing a new controller, irrigation controller for him, going from about a 20-year-old Rainbird controller to a new ICC2 Hunter controller. Yeah, these are much better, much easier to run, operate. They offer way more things. You can hook up cell cards to them. You can run them off of Wi-Fi. You can even run the new wireless valves, irrigation valves, which are pretty sweet. Don't need any wires at all. If you're within about 100 yards, the valves are within about 100 yards of the controller, you can run them without having any wires in the ground. Just a couple of different, you need a node for each valve. And then they wirelessly sync up to the controller. They're pretty amazing. So this is the new controller we're going to be installing today, the Hunter ICC2. Pretty dang sweet. And on this system that we have here, which I'll show you guys here in a sec, I believe we have 29 wires that we're going to have to reconnect. You can see ports for sensors, different rain sensors, soil moisture sensors, and then you could change these modules out and put in your cell card one, or you can put in your wireless valve modules. All kinds of different systems you could set up in here, and these are pretty dang sweet. Our toughest part today is going to be mounting the new box to the old stand. So let's take a look over there to see what we got. This is the old controller we're going to be pulling out of here. We got our power, common, ground wires in here, and then all of our control wires to each valve. So each of these wires run from the clock up here to each valve that's out in the field. And yeah, pretty fun. This is an old clock. I don't think I've ever even seen one like this before. So the hardest part for us today is going to be taking this old outside box off, and then taking the new box and getting it to fit on this smaller frame here.
Alright,
so
plans changed. Okay, so
yeah,
Monday,
fun times. Let's get into it. We do have some construction guys over here working on building this new house here. So probably hear some people in the background. And the HOA provided us with these nifty little stickers so that we can mark each of our valve wires. So this wire was just a random wire in the box. Doesn't have a number or anything on it, so I'm just gonna make an X here for extra wire, because we're not sure what it does or where it goes to. Alright, we got all of our wires detached and out of here, and we'll have to clean this rat's nest up that we got here, because that looks like garbage. But we'll work on getting some of these screws detached out of here and getting this box off.
Yeah, I know.
And
I came back and it's like, oh,
then try to figure out how we can get the new box mounted up. So let's see what we gotta do here. Alright, well, we gotta head home. We're gonna need some more tools. They got some nuts holding the box together, nuts and bolts. So I only brought screwdrivers because that's what we use. So I'm gonna head home, grab some more parts, and luckily it's just down the road from the house, not too far. So go get those parts, and then we'll be back and get back to it. Looks like our battery's almost dead, because as you can tell outside, we got like the third most snow we've ever had here, and it's all pretty much melted now. But we had a solid 6 inches throughout town on the roads, and yeah, so the batteries don't like the cold weather on the old GoPros. So we're gonna swap over the battery, get some new tools, and we'll be back at it. Alright, we got some tools now. Let's see if we can get this thing off of here.
good. Now they're gonna go over that window. Yeah, you can do that now or wait. I don't care. I can do a 142 right now. Oh.
Alright, finally got her off. That was a freaking pain in the butt. Oh, one more in the back. You didn't see that guy. Alright, now we just gotta figure out how we're gonna attach the new box, which could be fun, because my experience, they don't like to line up very well, so we'll probably be drilling new holes in. So we'll set this one in place, mark it with our handy dandy Sharpie, and see what we can do. Just as I thought, the box wouldn't fit, so placed it up there, marked the holes to where my power hole will line up with the existing power hole, and then our valve wire hole will line up with the existing hole. So I'm gonna drill some holes on our marks here, get it all lined up, and then we'll attach it to the stand, and then we'll start rewiring it up. Got the new holes drilled in there for our new bolt spots. Go set it up, get some bolts in there, get it mounted up, and then start rewiring things. Oh, gonna have to make our holes a little bit bigger. Should have known. All right, got our holes drilled out big enough this time. So, is line these guys up here. There we go. Also got myself with some of the metal shavings. All right, pretty solid, so pretty happy with that. And these round head nuts have a lower profile, so when we put the new controller in, it'll have a little better fit in there. All right, now we just put the new controller in and see if we can figure out how to attach that to the box. This one over here has the controller just set in there and it's not attached to anything, so it's free floating in there. I know a couple of the controllers that we have around town also are like that, and it's not a big deal because obviously you put the door on here and it locks and everything stays in there, and all you're doing on the controller is just pushing buttons, so it's not a huge deal. But we're gonna give it our best on this one to at least attach it. So this Rainbird box comes with a couple of ports here, so we're gonna try to see if we can figure out a way to make our new controller attach somehow to here, just to make it a little more rigid. So let's see what we can figure out. Well, stupid me, where the screws go in to attach it, that's why I couldn't see through, because plastic back on the back. Yeah, that makes me feel real smart. I think that if we get this hooked up, we're also going to have kind of a problem, which might have to go buy new wire, make some of these wires a little bit longer, because some of these need to be able to reach clear up to the top here. And so you got 1 through 8 here, so zone 1 through 8, and then you got 9 through 16, 17 through 24, and then 25 through 32. And I don't know, but it looks like our highest zone is 23, so we might not even need that last module there, but it'll be good for them to have, because on occasion, for whatever reason, these modules will go bad. Not exactly sure what happens, if they just get a short or whatever. So it's always nice to have a backup. We usually carry an extra one in our valve boxes. If, say, we only use one row here, we'll carry a separate one in the bottom just for a backup. And then if anything ever goes wrong, we could just pop this one out, swap it over, and we got a quick fix, because a lot of times the local stores won't just have these on hand, and it could take a couple weeks to order one. And if you're in the middle of June, July, August, and it's 100 degrees outside, obviously your grass can't sit there and wait for a week before you can get one in. So if you have a spare one on hand, it makes it super nice to just pop out the old one, pop in a new one, and get it fixed up within, I don't know, you probably have it done in 20-30 minutes. And that way you don't miss any water cycling. So yeah, let's get the power hooked up. hopefully without shocking ourselves. Yeah, that would suck. We're not a big fan of getting shocked, so let's see what we can do. And hopefully you don't see me get shocked. Got our ground wire up. Not sure how much of that you guys can see, but got it tied in there. See if we can adjust and give you guys a little better view, but ultimately my goal here is just not to get shocked. So to me, that's more important than you guys getting to see what's happening. All right, got the power hooked up. I'll go grab the faceplate, hook that up, double check the power, make sure everything is working, and the faceplate just plugs into this port here. So let's go grab that and we'll be right back. Look at that. We got power. Which means we did something right. So, we'll, now all we gotta do is get this mess of wires beautifully attached up in to here. Alright, there we go. She's all wired together. Nice new numbers on everything. The X one is just an extra wire that they had in there. So it wasn't hooked to anything when I pulled it out, but it was there. So I added it. Power's good. Close the box off. Okay, so we got everything done. The owner had already programmed what he wanted in there, but before I got the power ready, it kind of changed the date and time. So I just went through, changed the date, time, and yeah. They had already set up start time, run times for different zones, watering days, seasonal adjust. We'll just leave it set to off, and then we'll close everything back up and see if the owner wants to come take a look at it. And yeah, we'll call it a day. Set you guys up over there. Hello. there we go, all done. A little bit of cleanup. Final look, just looks just like the other one. Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna drive down to the owner's house and drop off some of the owner's manuals and stuff that he had left with me and see what he wants to do with that old clock, because it's pretty much garbage, but I don't want to have to put it in my garbage can, so we'll see if he wants it or if I'm gonna have to put it in my garbage can. But then I gotta give him the key to unlock it, and yeah. So thanks for hanging out with me. That was about, let's see, it's 2:30. Started at 9 a.m. Had to run home for a couple of things. Ran down to main building, got a new wire stripper, and other than that, wasn't too bad. But and hope you enjoyed the guys working on the house right next door. I'm sure that was pretty loud. Maybe I can edit some of that out of there, but not a bad little spot here. All right guys, catch you later.